So I'm the CTO of Precipio Consulting, and we are amongst the best in the world at what we do, which is delivering Atlassian solutions to our customers. By all accounts, I think I'm a pretty successful guy, but I wouldn't call myself self-made. I didn't get here on my own. I got here with a lot of help. It's true that the company was about 3 people when I started, and we built it up into the thing that it is today. And I worked really hard, and I sacrificed a lot along the way, and I'm still working really hard, and I'm still sacrificing a lot to continue doing what we're doing. But I didn't do it all on my own. I've had a really strong team behind me and with me all throughout my life. So, obviously it first started with my family. They gave me the protection and the support that I needed, that I could focus on learning and on becoming something more than more than I otherwise would have. So without their support, I couldn't have done anything. But a lot of other people that weren't my family and didn't have that obligation also came to my aid and built me. So in grade school, a retired IBM engineer started coming to school, and an after-school program with me and one other kid taught us to program. He taught me QBasic. So he provided source code, he provided lessons on conditional logic and looping and all the basics of computer science, or at least what he could teach to a 12-year-old. He gave me an interpreter on a floppy disk. I had an interpreter and source code, and I could run it on my computer at home. And with that, I was hooked. So I had a great jump start there. And then I went off to high school, and our math teacher also taught computer science, but I didn't want to take Visual Basic. I wanted to learn something else. So out of his own personal library, he gave me a book on C, and then gave me off to the side kind of private lessons in programming in C, and kind of setting me up for a career as an application developer later on. Then I went off to college, and I had a very influential professor who, amongst other things, at one point won an award for being such a great teacher. And it came with a cash prize, which he gave to me to fund my senior project. And that was a vote of confidence that I've never forgotten. After college, I went off. I was really interested in robotics. That was why I went into engineering in the first place. And I met this guy on the internet who was kind of big in this little robotics community that I was in. And I would send him schematics that I had drawn and try to figure out why it wasn't working. He would mark them up and email them back to me. This was 15 years ago or so a lot earlier than a lot of the online collaboration that we do now. So it was, at least to me, kind of a remarkable thing that this guy in Australia, halfway around the world, would take time out of his day to help me understand where I was going wrong with electrical engineering. Then I went off and got a professional job. And then again, maybe arguably, those people are supposed to help me out, but there was a lot of senior engineers at that company that went really far out of their way to pour time into me, to teach me elements about their areas of expertise, whether it's electrical engineering or embedded systems or IT. All of them went well above and beyond what they really needed to do. And in most cases, they would be the senior engineer on a project where I was the junior. So on top of doing their job and doing their work, they would take time to help me understand why my work wasn't as good as it needed to be, or where I could improve, or to teach me something that wasn't really related to the project that we were working on, but was something that would be good to know as general all-around knowledge. So over the years, I've always had a lot of gratitude towards all of those people for the skills and the knowledge that they gave me. But most recently, what I've come to is that one of the biggest things that all of these people gave me is confidence. By investing their time in me, they showed me that it was they saw something in me, or they thought it was worthwhile for me to get this extra knowledge so I could go somewhere with it. And having that confidence and having the kind of support structure behind me has allowed me to go a lot farther than I ever could have gone on my own. And in that way, I don't think you really can be self-made. You can't get anywhere without help. choking up a little bit, but it's mostly because of the smoke. So I guess that's the message that I would like to convey today, is that it is well worth, especially the children that are in your life, but also the junior engineers or anyone else that you're working with. You know, if you see a little spark in someone that you think can grow, then nurture that and see if you can. Don't even worry about it. Just give them that freely and let them decide what they're going to do with it. But I think if we all do that, we can help the next generation be a lot better than we were. Thank you.